We welcome you to round two of the Curve Invitational. It's semifinal round here at PNG Field. Hello, everybody. My name's Aiden Stevens, bringing you live coverage here at PNG Park. Mifflin County, winners of 7 of their last 8, going up against a ranked Greater Latrobe, ranked 18th in the state as of the time of this live recording. But Mifflin County's played a lot tougher schedule. Mifflin County's got a fresher arm. Madden Weaver going to be on the bump for the Huskies today. He will be hitting second as well. And on the bump for Greater Latrobe, number 1, Joe Raza. Raza, their 4th pitcher. They had to use their 2 and their 3 against... I'm completely blanking. Who did Greater Latrobe beat? My apologies. I will get that to you before the game starts. But nonetheless, Mifflin County beating Southern Huntington 11-1 within 6 innings. Greater Latrobe comes from a victory against Forest Hills. My apologies. Forest Hills beat them 5-4 and had to use a couple arms in the victory to get them into the second round. Mifflin County only had to use 2, and those 2 arms are not usual starters. Mifflin County is going to be the away team in the second round. The winner of this will play Juniata Valley, who won a thriller last time out, 9-8. Just about a half hour before this game got underway, when we returned first pitch live from PNG Field. Mifflin County here, round 2 of the Curve Invitational, feels like, quote unquote, they owe Greater Latrobe one. Last year, the first ever stream here on MCTV Baseball. If you ever want to rewatch a game, if there's a close call you want to go back and look on, you can scroll through the MCTV Baseball YouTube channel as Greater Latrobe is taking the field as we speak. If you ever want to rewatch any good games, it's all for their all of the streams on this channel from the Curve Invitational last year. So Curve Invitational is the only reason this channel exists. So little shout out to the Curve Invitational. But nonetheless, Mifflin County, the visitors in this one, they feel like they owe Greater Latrobe one after a walk-off hit by pitch to end the Huskies tournament in round 1 last year. They played Kerwinsville in the compensation round, and they were winners pretty easily in that one. Have some scores from around the mid-pen. Bunch more mid-pen games today. We're going to start with Altoona and State College, the other 2 District 6 teams. State College won the first game, the game that they had to resume, 9-8 in 10 innings. Great game, great high scoring, long, grueling win. And as of right now, Altoona is beating State College 10-3 in the top of the 7th with 2 outs. So we will assume Altoona gets the victory, and that is the best case scenario for the Huskies with those two teams splitting, making everybody 2-2 in the district with everybody splitting each other. Shows how good and equal this district is, and whenever May rolls around, it'll be definitely a good competition. But nonetheless, the warm-ups are done. A lot of games have been played. We're going to have 1, maybe 2 here on MCTV Baseball left to go. And it's going to start with the battle of Evan Strohecker, who has been cold as of late. If you were to ask anybody, you know Strohecker would be the first one to say that he's been cold and he needs to get back into a rhythm. The Huskies want to make a run into the District 6 championship game. But with that as things sit, they will be the 1 seed. First pitch called strike. First pitch time, 6:25, 71 degrees. The 0-1 to the All-State second-teamer. Strohecker chops it to short. Strohecker has some speed to throw over to first in time for the first out. So the pitcher v. pitcher duel, round 1 is going to get underway here with Weaver coming up to the plate. He will throw for the Huskies in the bottom half of the innings. With Smith on deck, we'll go up against Raza, who will hit in the 8-hole. The 7-hole, my apologies. When we get to the bottom half of maybe the second, if I'd have to guess, that's inside, ball 1 to the pitcher. You've seen Weaver. If you've seen Weaver, really any Mifflin County team, you know that he can get ahead in counts early. So that's outside 2-0s to count. We know he can get ahead in counts, but he just can't finish them. Maybe this game could propel him to get some momentum in relief for tonight's game, if needed. Parker Crownover. It's outside, 3-0s to count. Juniata Valley played Northern Benford, and in the top half of the 7th, Juniata Valley was the home team. It started to rain. 3-0s taken for strike 1 as that one goes off the glove. Started to rain in the top half of the 7th. Northern Benford got a runner on first. Then a double play really killed any chance they had. Here's the 3-1 to Weaver. Takes high and inside. First base runner is a Weaver walk. He reached first base in his first at-bat last time via hit by pitch. Now here comes Jaden Smith. He has been hot with the bat over his last 2 games. Could be wrong on this, but I believe he has 6 RBIs over his last 2. With 3 against Altoona in the 5-3 victory and 3 against Southern Huntington. And Mr. Extra Base Hit, who's homered, and he was a double away from the cycle last game, is on deck. Smith is going to push one to second. Going to be no play on second. Throw over to first in time. That'll bring Shirey up to the plate with 2 away in the opening frame. Shirey hit one about 350 right at the left field wall over there. Up in the sky, it's a beautiful afternoon. Rain showers possibly coming in late into the night, but I don't believe it'll affect the game. Weaver on second, Shirey at the plate. Anything into the outfield will score. Take strike 1. Shirey down early. We have a final. Altoona's beat State College 10-3, officially putting the Huskies, no matter this result, into first place in District 6. Takes ball 1. 1-1's the count. Look pretty good from up here, but we're about, we'll just say a good margin away from home plate. 1-1 the count. 2 outs. Outfield playing deep. Takes high. 2-1 the count. Easton Lepley on deck. Two one, 2 outs. To Shirey. Takes strike 2. We'll have 2s across the board. Runner on second. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here comes the 2-2 pitch to Shirey. Shirey fouls that one off out of play. That one nearly lands up here. Will be pushed foul. Another score in the Mid-Penn Conference. Chambersburg, the 5th-ranked team in the state, lost to the 4th-ranked team Greencastle and Antrim. Greencastle 13-1, not on the Husky schedule. Here's the 2-2. Shirey fouls that one off pretty much in the exact same spot. I want a little more straighten out, a little further down the line. So for the third time, we'll do the 2-2. Runner on second, 0-0 top half of the first frame. Husky dugout clapping it up for their best hitter so far this season. The 2-2. Takes in the dirt, will go full. Scoreboard is lit up. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. To Mr. Extra Base hit. Here comes the 3-2. Sets, fires. Shirey holds off ball 4. Shirey will have another walk for the Huskies. So 2 on, 2 out for the catcher, Easton Lepley. Chase Leister on deck if we get there. So Lepley comes up to the plate. Chance to score the game's first runs. Mifflin County was the away team last time. Lincoln Rubel doubled into left field to get the game started for the Huskies. Rubel is hitting 8th in today's lineup. Lepley swings through strike 1. 0-1 the count to the catcher. Oh, 1, 2 outs. Lepley pops that one foul. 2's the count. That one up by Shirey's first foul ball. With a good part of the 200s. So Lepley quickly behind 0-2. Here comes the 0-2 to Lepley. Lepley hits that one right field. Right fielder getting a read on it. Reels it in for the first catch. Huskies, no hits, 2 base runners. No runs scored. When we return, Greater Latrobe gets the bats going for the first time today. Don't go anywhere. You're watching MCTV Baseball. We welcome you back to MCTV Baseball. My name is Aiden Stevens. Mifflin County left 2 on in scoring position to end the first. They left 2 on in general. My apologies. Whoa, that's cool. Oh, they got rid of it. We had the outfield camera working. Shucks. So Ty Winniski comes up to the plate. Wininski playing shortstop, wearing number 3 today. Weaver's first pitch. Low and away for ball 1. Mifflin County, a part of the PIAA. Greater Latrobe, a part of YPAL. There's strike 1. Weaver went back to the fastball, and it worked well. 1-1 the count. Sets, fires the 1-1. Missed the outside part of the plate. Went to the same spot 3 times. That one wasn't called. 2-1 the count. Two one from Weaver. That one popped up right field. Chris Stein giving chase. It's going to get down. The runner wanted to take off for second. Nobody's covering first. Greater Latrobe as their first hit of the day. With the runner, the leadoff man, getting on first. Runner on first. Nobody out. Grady Ruffner comes up to the plate, wearing number 2. Looks to try and put a bunt down, throw back to first, in safely. Luckily, really likes that back pick. Called ball 1. Ruffner playing second today, so the middle infield is going to be hitting 1-2. Runner takes off for second. The throw down. 2-0's the count with a runner in scoring position and nobody out in the first. So expect to see a bunt here from Ruffner. Take strike 1, 2 the count. From Weaver to Ruffner. 2 sacrifice flies would bring in a run. 2-1. Delivers. Outside, 3-1 the count. Three one, nobody out. Weaver sets and delivers. Swings through, strike 2. Count goes full for the first time today. Three-two, no outs. Latrobe already has a hit. It's a bloop into right field. The payoff. Low and away, ball 4. 2 batters, 2 base runners. Here in the first. Noah Noel comes up to the plate. 2-1, nobody out. Bottom half of the opening frame. Mifflin County has doubled off 3 runners over their last 2 games. 1 against Southern Huntington and 2 against Altoona. Altoona definitely did the Huskies a favor today because with the state college sweep, that one's called strike 1, gets the outside part of the plate. Weaver loves that away fastball. But with a sweep, State College would have taken number 1 in the District 6 seedings, making this virtually a must-win for the Huskies. We still got around 5 or 6 district or conference games left to go. That one chopped down the line will be foul. 0-2 the count, quickly to short. Sorry, Noel is hitting fourth. Short, the first baseman's hitting third. So we'll see Noel on deck, wearing number 19. Short, number 12, playing the first base position. Here comes the 0-2 Weaver. Sets, fires. Not called. 1-2 the count. Short calls time. Bloop single into right. And a walk. My apologies. Then a walk. That's put us in this situation. 1-2, nobody out. Bottom half of the first. 0-0 is our score. Fouled off. We'll do it once more. Winner of this play is Juniata Valley, which are sitting right there. Here comes the 1-2 to short once more. Fired. That one hit the short. Shirey gets the out at second. No throw at first. So runners on the corners with one out. Noah Noel now comes up to the plate. Mifflin County in the white. Greater Latrobe in the white and orange pinstripes. Mifflin County in the all white. Black font, black hat. 0-0. One hit. One fielder's choice. First pitch. Outside in the third, blocked by Lepley. 1-0. 1-0, 1 out. Bottom half of the first. 0-0 our score. Runners on the corners. That's also outside. Runner takes off for second. No play. Second stolen base of the day for Greater Latrobe. For only one out. Expect maybe to see a sacrifice bunt here, maybe. It is a balmy 73 degrees here at PNG Field. Fires. It's high, 3-0. Base is open at first base if the walk were to take place. But ideally, the Huskies get the lead runner out at third and then turn to double play. Here comes the 3-0. Take strike one, 3-1 to count. The defense for the Huskies, Smith and Hartung playing the first and second base position. Shirey and Rubel at short and third. Here comes the 3-1. Pick off to third. Don't see those often. Leister in left. Strawhecker in center. And Christine in right. It's the defense for the Huskies today. With Weaver on the bump. And Lepley behind the plate. Here comes the 3-1. Weaver sets, fires. Blocked in the dirt. Bases are loaded. Brimboli now comes up to the plate. Brimboli, the left fielder, number 7, playing position number 7. The base is loaded, 1 out. Double play ends the inning, but at the same time, well hit ball could score 1 or 2. Holds off, ball 1. We'll check the runner. One up. Here comes the pitch to Weaver, or from Weaver. That one hit back up the middle. Shire's able to chop it. 4-6. In time, safe, and Greater Latrobe is on the board. 1-0 is the score in the bottom half of the first. Great job by Shire to get 1 out there with runners on the corners. 2 outs. Latrobe leads 1-0 in the bottom half of the first. Still a lot of game left to be played. Usually takes the Huskies around 1 or 2 innings through. That one, throw to second's going to get away. The runner will score. It is 2-0. Greater Latrobe. So Mifflin County will have to get another come from behind win. They only have 1 over the past season and a half since the beginning of the 24-25 season. Weaver gets set, runner on second. That one pushed to right. It will be a foul ball. So 0-2 will be the count, if I'm not mistaken, with 2 outs. I believe it's 1-1. The scoreboard shows 1-1, but the scoreboard also shows 1 out. And there are 2. That one hit right field. Chris Stein giving chase. That will end the inning. Latrobe scores 2 when we return top half of the second on MCTV Baseball. We welcome you back to round 2 of the Curve Invitational, where the Huskies trail 2-0. 6, 7, and 8 due up here in the inning. Mifflin County 1 error. Greater Latrobe had 1 hit. 2 runs came across the plate. But we know Mifflin County can hit if they get into a rhythm. Here comes the first pitch to Easter. Takes high. 1 is the count. Husky dugout getting loud. They play considerably better whenever they are loud and energetic in the dugout compared to whenever it's all diving play by the second baseman. Throw over to first in time. Nothing Leisure could have done differently right there. So Thad Gerwick comes up to the plate. First pitch to Gerwick. Takes low, 1-0 the count. That one hit over the third baseman's head. Mifflin County has their first hit in the game via Thad Gerwick single down the left field line. Rubel takes high, 1-0. Rubel had a double in his first plate appearance last year against Greater Latrobe. Hit it just short of the left fielder. He's able to turn it into 2. That one gets away. Gerwick thought about taking second. Decides better of it. Gerwick is the fastest player on the team. I believe that he could have got there. 1-0 the count. Rubel fouls that one off. Well, one's across the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Both teams have a hit and an error. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. One's across the board. A 1-1 to Rubel. Takes strike 2 on the outside part of the plate. 1-2 the count. Pickoff. They're going to call Gerwick out. So 1-2. 2 outs. The pitch to Rubel. Rubel hit that one right back to the pitcher. 2 great defensive plays. Caused 2 of the 3 outs and a pickoff. Ends the inning. Mifflin County still trails by 2 when we return. Bottom half of the second. Don't go anywhere. You're watching MCTV Baseball. We welcome you back to P&G Field. Mifflin County trails by 2, and Greater Latrobe comes up to the plate. First pitch fouled. 0-1. Winner of this plays directly after. Scheduled to be 8 o'clock, but I believe it'll be later than that. Takes high, 1-1 the count. One. High and in, 2-1 the count. The 2-1. Left field. Leister giving chase, going back on it. Reels it in for the first out. Great effort by Leister out there and left. Leister wasn't playing left at the start of the year. He was originally playing at first. But Leister was able to hawk that one down. That one was hit around 300 feet. So 1 out away in the bottom half of the second. Here comes Chappell up to the plate. Gets away, 1 of the count. Here comes the 1-0. Weaver gets sets, delivers. Take strike 1. Great framework there by Latrobe. Behind the dish. We'll have ones across the board once again. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Takes outside. 2-1 the count. Kaplan was not on the roster last year. Or didn't believe he was a vital part. That one to Shirey. Shirey zips it over the first. In time for the out. We're going to say that Smith got him back. Swiping back on the tag. Greater Latrobe coaches road testing. Nice job by Smith to get up and grab that ball. Able to fly the tag as well. Take strike 1. Outside. 1-1 the count, 2 outs. Tie, 2-1 the count. The 2-1. Swings through strike 2. 2's across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Mifflin County will have. My apologies, as that's high. Scoreboard's lit up. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. I believe it will be 8-9-1 due up, and I believe it will be Chris Stein, Hart-Tongue. Then Strohecker, that's outside. Ball 4. Another walk. Now the leadoff hitter comes up, Ty Wininski. He got the first hit and the only hit for Greater Latrobe so far. That was a bloop single to right. Then they played small ball, stealing second. Going to third on a fielder's choice. And scoring on a fielder's choice. Lepley's going to go talk to Weaver. Trying to calm Weaver down. We're at PNG Field, home of the Altoona Curve. I believe won yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. Parker Crownover's warming up. It's that one pick off and safely. Crownover's warming up, and then Gerwick is, I guess, supervising, we'll call it. Crownover ideally would be able to takes off for second. The throw down. He is safe as the ball gets away on the tag. One, two outs, runner on second. Latrobe leads by 2. Takes strike 2. 1-2 the count. Blocked in the dirt. 2s across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Even 1 strike away from getting out the frame. Gets set. Delivers. That one hit left center field. Carrying. That'll get down into the gap. It'll score one for Latrobe. Giving chase. Might go to third. Won't. 3-0 the lead. Apple's going to have a mound visit here. We're going to take a break. Don't go anywhere. You're watching MCTV Baseball. Runner on second. 2 outs. Bottom half of the second. Latrobe leads 3-0. Takes high. 1 of the count. Zoomed out so we can see the runner on second. Here comes the 1-0. 2-0. 2 outs. Two outs. Weaver gets set with a runner on second. That one hit to second. Hartung fields it, throws it over to first. In time to end the frame. Latrobe adds on another, and we return top half of the third. Don't go anywhere. You're watching MCTV Baseball. 9-1-2 due up in the half frame for the Huskies, and Chris Stein's going to be leading it off for us. First pitch to Chris Stein. Takes strike one on the outside part of the plate. Takes strike two. The payoff to Chris Stein. Fouls it back. Does enough to hang in there. They're going to call foul ball. The 0-2 to Chris Stein once more. Chris Stein down the left field line. It is foul. Chris Stein still down 0-2. Mifflin County, no runs, 1 hit, 2 errors. Latrobe, 3 runs on 2 hits with 1 error. Chris Stein needs to straighten it out just a little bit. Comes the 0-2. Takes low and away. 1-2 count. Chris Stein fighting. The 1-2. Chris Stein goes down swinging. First out of the frame. Mifflin County's gone through the order once. Only have 1 hit. Night and day between yesterday and today. Out one in the dirt. 1-0 to Strohecker. Strohecker is due for a break here, you feel, for the Huskies. He's been ice cold as of late. Here's the 1-0. Strohecker chops one to short. Tough to field. No throw to first. Strohecker beats it out. Mifflin County has another base runner. We're going to rule that an error for Greater Latrobe. It'll be their second. We know Strohecker has speed. Will he take off? That's the question. And Weaver comes up to the plate with 1 out. Weaver walked his last time up. Weaver takes strike 1 inside. 0 on the count. Weaver holds back. 1's across the board. 1 on. 1 out. 1-1 the count for the 1-hit Huskies. 42 in it, 2 1/3 innings. Razo is set. Fires. High, 2-1 the count. Two one. It's outside. 3-1 the count. Weaver already has 1 walk. 1 away from having his second with Smith on deck. Here comes the 3-1 to Weaver. Weaver pops it up down the third base line. Third baseman getting under it for the second out. Pick off back in safely. Runner takes off for second. Throw down. Not in time. He's in there safely as the ball gets away. Good throw down. Strohacker did just enough to beat it out. Take strike one. 1-1 the count. Comes the 1-1 to Smith. Smith rolls one over. Going to be a tough play. Kicks off the shortstop. It's going to score Strohacker. No one's near the ball. Smith rounds second. Strohacker's on home. Smith thought about third. Doesn't matter how you get them. Mifflin County gets their first run of the game, and that might be exactly what the Huskies need. With Shire, who has homered once this tournament already. Husky dugout getting the loudest they've been all night. Latrobe has 3 errors. Shirey, left center field. That's going to get down. Smith's going to get waved around home. Mr. Extra Base hit is Mr. RBI today. And it's a 1-run game. Don't you dare count out the Huskies. Mifflin County far from out of it, and they're proving why in this top half of the third. So Lepley now comes up to the plate with the tying run on first base. This is what Mifflin County's been so good at. Lepley fouls that one back up this way. Not quite enough power to get to us. But they've been capitalizing on their opportunities so well, and they're proving it here. 2 errors in the inning for Greater Latrobe, 2 runs in for the Huskies. 0-1. Lepley, right fielder getting under it for the third out. Mifflin County chips into the lead. We got a 1-run game here at People's Natural Gas Field. Don't go anywhere. You're watching MCDV Baseball. Round 2 of the Curve Invitational action is getting back underway. Here's the last game of this semifinals. Underway, the winner awaits this team, Juniata Valley. Sit and watch and get some rest after a hard-fought 9-8 victory over Northern Bedford. Cole Short leads us off in the frame. 3-2 is our score. Mifflin County 2s across the board. 2 runs, 2 hits, 2 errors. First pitch low for ball 1. Latrobe has 3 runs on 2 hits with 3 errors. Wacky game so far through 2.5. See if Weaver can simmer things down. That one's chopped down the line foul. Bullpen racing after that one, not able to get it. 1-1 the count. 2 short. Irvin Invitational presented by Sheets here at People's Natural Gas Field, home of the Pittsburgh Pirates AA affiliate. That's in the dirt. 2-1 the count. Two one, nobody out. Sets, fires, pops foul out of play into the 200s. Two balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Lots of twos on the board, as we see there. Here comes the 2-2. 2 short. Weaver gets set, fires. Chopper to third. Rubel fields cleanly, throws it over to first. In time for the first out. One away in the bottom half of the third. This might be exactly what the Huskies need. Now, speaking of the city of Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh Pirates, the Pittsburgh Steelers hosting the NFL Draft, currently happening rounds 2 and 3. Now, we hope you stay here with us on MCTV until the conclusion of this game, which, if I were you, I wouldn't click off. We have a great game on tap, as so far through 2.5 innings. It's been nothing but energy from both sides, really. Mifflin County has really surged back the momentum after a 2-spot in the top half of the third. Here comes the 2-0 from Weaver. Tie, 3-0's the count. Here comes the 3-0. Take strike 1. Take strike 2. Count goes full. Here comes the 3-2. Rolled over to third. It'll be foul to the third base coach. We'll do the 3-2 once more. It's 3-2s everywhere on the scoreboard. You see, Weaver gets set. Here comes the payoff pitch. Takes outside for ball 4. So Noel will reach. Brimboli comes up to the plate. First pitch from Weaver. It's high. Ball 1. One-zero. Runner thought about taking off there. Strike 1. Well, one's across the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner on first after the walk. Mifflin County thought it was a ball. Mifflin County thought it was a strike. Greater Latrobe thought it was a ball. Umpire sided with the home team. Pick off in there safely. One, 1 out. Runner on first. That one hit over the shortstop's head. Strohecker's there to cut it off. Runner will not take third. Have a mound visit here from Coach Leister. I believe Parker Crownover is going to head into the game. Ideally, that Mifflin County wanted to save it for the championship, but they won't be able to. So we're going to have a new pitcher on the bump with 2 on and 1 out in the bottom of the third. Huskies trail by 1. Don't go anywhere. You're watching MCTV Baseball. Weaver will go to second. Crownover is going to take over on the bump, and hopefully for the Huskies, close this game out. 2 on, 1 out. Crownover's been really the Huskies' closer for the season. First pitch low and away in the dirt. No throw from Lepley. 2 in scoring position. Sack fly could bring in a run for Greater Latrobe. Or hitting the outfield will bring in 2. Tie 2-0 the count. Mifflin County trails by 1. Here comes the. Oh, we're going to have time called. Mifflin County has 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 errors. Greater Latrobe has 3 hits, 3 runs, and 3 errors. 2-0, 1 out, 2 in scoring for the Wildcats. Take strike 1 on the slider. Two one. That one hit to short. Shirey throws over to first in time, but a run does score. 4-2 Latrobe leads. So Razzo now comes back up to the plate. Runner on second. Runner did not go to third. Crown never gets set. Fires. Takes ball one. Well, no, 2 outs. Mifflin County trying to limit the damage to 1 and win the inning. Pick off the second. They're going to call him out. What a great pickoff from Crownover. That'll end the inning. Mifflin County wins the frame, but Latrobe does extend the lead back to 2. When we return, top half of the 4th on MCTV Baseball. We welcome you back to PNG Field. Mifflin County trails by 2, but they won the 3rd inning, winning it 2-1. The sun starts to set behind us. Chase Leister, who hit a really well hit ball, just right to a glove. First pitch to Leister. Leister gets a hold of one left field. That one's going to get by. Leister catches his break. Leister's going to get around. First, they're going to send him to second. Leister's going to go to third. He throws through the stop sign. The throw is off. Chase Leister has a triple. And a big high five from head coach Ray Hopple. Leister had a hit taken away last time. He got given a hit that time, and he got 2 extra bases from it. So now Thad Gerwick comes up to the plate. These 2 teams are equal on hits. Now the Husky dugout getting really loud. Take strike 1. 0-1 the count. Nobody out. Runner on third. Mifflin County could score 1 right back. Takes inside. 1-1 the count. Here comes the 1-1 to Gerwick. Gerwick holds back. No check on the swing. 2-1 the count. Rubel on deck. The tying run is at the plate. Husky dugout flapping it up for their designated hitter. That one's way outside. 3-1's the count. Here comes the 3-1. Inside, ball 4. Gerwick has a walk. Runners on the corners. Latrobe has been doing the free chant, where they chant F-R-E-E. We're going to have time called here. We have a pinch runner. Both teams have gotten warned for being too rowdy. I believe that's what the official ruling is. Parks will pinch run. Runners on the corners. We're going to have a mound visit. So both teams have gotten warned for the dugout. Latrobe was chanting so much in the first 2 innings. I believe it might have been getting picked up on the mic. If so, I apologize for that. And then over the last 2 innings, it's been all Husky. So now both sides getting loud, especially Mifflin County, cheering on their third baseman. Takes ball high, 1-0. Chris Stein is on deck. Rubel represents the leading run, looking for the Huskies' first lead of this game. Takes strike one on the outside part of the plate. Rubel steps into the box. 1-1, takes outside, 2-1. Realistically, anything in the outfield will score Leaster. Anything half deep, I should say. Here's the 2-1 to Rubel. Rubel pops that one foul back up to our general direction. 2-2 the count. Should have somebody in the 200 section to get these foul balls. Here's the 2-2. Rubel, pop fly. First baseman getting under it. Catches it for the first out. Anything but a double play will be sufficient for the Huskies. So Chris Stein steps up. Expect Parks to maybe take off here early. Chris Stein clubs it into center, and this should be deep enough to tag. Runner gets under at least or will tag up. Play at the plate. Safe. Ball gets away. Parks is going to take second smartly. No, he doesn't. Pitcher was there to back it up. My apologies. I was focused on Parks. I thought he was going. I didn't even notice the catcher back there, or the pitcher back there to back him up. And we're back to a one-run game. Back and forth baseball, there's nothing like it. Strohecker comes up to the plate. Strohecker has had a down year compared to last year. Strohecker pops it up, foul out of play, behind into the section right behind Juniata Valley, which the winner of our first semifinal sits there and awaits the winner of this one. Is the umpire out of balls? Is that what we are waiting on? The umpire to hit some more balls? I believe that is. Here comes the 0-1. Parks takes off for second. Strohecker pops it up center field. Gets under it for the third out. Mifflin County chips into the lead. We're back down to 1. Don't go anywhere. You're watching MCTV Baseball. 7, 8, 9 due up in the frame for Greater Latrobe. First pitch taken for strike one from Crownover. Raza is still on the bump. Having some movement in the bullpen. It looks like it'll be Thad Gerwick. It's taken high. 1-1 the count. Here comes the 1-1. Take strike two. 1-2 the count. Drop back up the middle. Shirey fields it. Slips. It'll be a single. So Shirey's okay over at second. Not short. He is. First pitch from Crownover. Take strike one. Comes the 0-1. Pick off. Crownover looks back. Sets fires. Put the bunt down. Went around. Strike two. Luckily thought about throwing it down to second. Thought better of it. 0-2 the count. Miss. Strike three. 1-2 the count. Tie. 2-2 the count. Here comes the 2-2 Crownover. Those are back to first. Here comes the 2-2. Behind him. Runner's going to take off for second. Count goes full. Here comes the payoff pitch. The Crownover. He struck him out on the outside part of the plate. Crownover has his first K of the day. He's 1 out away with a runner on second. So Hrubs comes up to the plate. Crownover gets set, fires. First pitch in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. Here comes the 0-1. Crownover gets set, fires. Missed on the outside part of the plate. One's across the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner on second. Mifflin County trying to win the frame once more. Crownover sets. Take strike 2. 1-2 the count with 1 out. Leadoff hitter on deck for the Wildcats. Here comes the 1-2. Called ball 2. Here comes the 2-2 from Crownover to Hrubs. Popped high. Brugel's going to call for it. Gets under it for the out. 2 away in the inning with Ty Wininski comes up to the plate. Gonna have a pinch runner here. Looks to be the number 10, Mace. No? Is he pinch? I can't tell from here. I'm going to be honest. I'm too far away to tell who the pinch runner is. Crownover looks back. Sets. Fires the first pitch to Wininski. He'll step off. I was kidding, of course. If I had to guess, I'd say that's number 8. Over on second base, I'll get a name for you after this pitch. Take strike 1. I'm going to try and get a better look at this number. I believe that's number 8. Noah Smith, meaning we haven't heard all day for Greater Latrobe. Crownover looks back at left slit. Ready? Sets, fires. Called strike 2 on the outside part of the plate. Crownover 1 strike away from winning the 4th inning, making it a 1-run game heading into the 5th. Latrobe won 5-4 last year on a walk-off hit by pitch. Mifflin County scored 3 runs, and then Latrobe answered with 2. This game shaping up to be eerily identical. The only thing that is flipped is Latrobe has scored the first 3 runs. Last year it was the Huskies. Then Latrobe battled back. Here comes the 1-2 from Crownover. Blocked in the dirt. Runner's going to take off for third. The throw down. He is out. That's the end of the inning. Huskies are hyped. Mifflin County wins the 4th. Where it's a 1-run game. Look at this Husky dugout. Getting loud. When we return, top half of the 5th, live on MC TV Baseball. We welcome you back to semifinal action here at People's Natural Gas Field. Mifflin County's won the last 2 innings, outscoring Greater Latrobe by 2. Make this a one-run game. Weaver will lead us off. Leister led off the last inning with a triple. 2-3-4 due up in the frame. Takes ball one. Takes strike one, my apologies. Here comes the 0-1. Weaver fouls it back quickly behind 0-2. Scoreboard shows 0-2. I believe Mifflin County thinks it's 1-1. No word from the umpire. Here comes the pitch. Weaver fouls it back. Now it's a question of if it's 1-2 or 0-2. Umpire signal time. Here comes the 2-strike pitch to Weaver. Weaver, right center field. That ball's carrying. That's going to get over the head of the center fielder. Weaver rounds first. He's on his way to second. He'll have a standing double for the Huskies. Hits a little dance move, and he's on second with nobody out. Time is called, and the Husky dugout is hyped. Tying run is in scoring position for the first time all game. Weaver with a double into right center, getting over the center fielder's head. Now the Husky dugout doing the free chant. They call a pickoff. Weaver in a rundown. That'll be the out. 1-0. Little trick play there. Got Weaver out. Even on hits, Mifflin County has less errors, but Latrobe has more runs. Sort of what we saw similar with the Huskies in the Southern Huntington game. Smith takes ball one. 1-0 the count. To say this game has been a confusing one would be an understatement. There's strike one. One's across the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. One to Smith. Smith swings through strike 2. 1-2. Here comes the 1-2 to Smith. Smith swings through strike 3. Bring up Shirey to the plate now. Center fielder making a shift to left center. So Shirey pokes that one to right center field. It'll get down. It'll get by the outfielder. Shirey's on his horse to second. He already has 1 triple in this tournament. He has his second. Runner on third, 2 outs. He is the tying run, and it's the 3rd triple this tournament, the 2nd of the game for the Huskies. And now the Huskies are out hitting Greater Latrobe. Huskies will take this run no matter how it comes. Tying run on 3rd. And if Weaver could have been on 2nd still, this game would be tied. First pitch to Lepley. Take strike 1. Here comes the 0-1 to Lepley. Lepley pops that one up right field. Right fielder getting under it for the 3rd out. Mifflin County leaves 2 in scoring position, and we return bottom half of the 5th. Mifflin County needs to score 1 run within 6 outs to keep their tournament hopes alive. Winner of this plays directly after against Juniata Valley, which I believe Juniata Valley has gone to the hitting cage where they've relocated and I cannot spot them for their game following this. First pitch taken high, 1-0. High, 2-0. Take strike one down the middle. 2-1. Takes low, 3-1. High and in ball 4. Leninski has a walk. Some movement in the Latrobe pen for the first time today. First pitch is high. 1-0. The Austin Sislak in the bullpen. Just playing some toss right now, getting warmed up. So Ruffner at the plate. 1-0. Bunts one down the first baseline. Crownover will field it. Throws over to first. We're going to call him out. Nobody's covering third. Runner on third, 1 out. Latrobe could win the inning here and make Mifflin County try and score 2 runs within 2 innings, which they've done. Both of their runs came in the third and fourth inning. 2 in the third, 1 in the fourth. Crowner will step off. Gerwick is warming up in the pen. I believe they're going to be calling Gerwick in. We will see. This might just be a regular mound visit. Just a regular old mound visit for Parker Crownover. With 1 out, runner on third. Realistically, anything into the outfield is going to score a run for Latrobe. First pitch. That one flew foul back into our section. And this is a peculiar situation for the Huskies because you have the power hitter at the plate, so the infield can't play too far out. That one popped up. Smith giving chase in foul territory. This would be a big catch. Wheels it in. The runner thought about tagging up at home. Does not. And the Huskies are 1 out away. This will be a big out here. Noah Noel comes up to the plate. Any out will do. That one's inside. The runner's going to take off for home. It is a 5-3 game. Strike one. 1-1, 2 outs. Expect Gerwick to throw the 6th and, if needed, the 7th. There's strike 2. Crownover's just pumping pure fastballs. Popped up. Center field. Strohicker will call for it. That'll be the 3rd out. Mifflin County needs 2 runs in 2 innings. Find out if they can do it. Don't go anywhere. You're watching MCTV Baseball. Six outs. The Huskies need 2 runs here over the last couple of innings. Here at PNG Field. Kind of an overhead camera that we bring to you here live on MCTV Baseball. It'll be Leisher who tripled in his last time up. Sets fires. Takes outside, ball 1. Bloop and a blast ties this game. Mifflin County with power, really. Anywhere in the order, you definitely can see that happening. Is there's strike 1. 1-1 the count. It's outside, 2-1 the count. Pop foul, 2-2. Here comes the 2-2. Leister, it's that one right to the second baseman for the out. 5 outs remain. Here comes the first pitch to Gerwick. Takes ball 1. Winner of this play is Juniata Valley, who some of the players have made their way back behind the plate. Swings through strike 1. 1-1 is the count with 1 out. Here in the top half of the 6th, Huskies trail 3-5. Take strike 2. 1-2 the count. Comes to 1-2. Gerwick swings through strike 3. The Huskies down to their final 4. So it'll be Rubel, Christine, Strohecker, and Weaver all due up left in the game. First pitch to Rubel. Diving catch by the shortstop. This middle infield for Greater Latrobe has been spectacular. When we return, bottom half of the 6th, let's see if Greater Latrobe can add some insurance. We welcome you back to MCTV Baseball. Crown first pitch. High and inside. The hit by pitch. Steps off. First pitch from Cronover. Take strike one down the middle. 0-1 the count. Next game after this tournament for the Huskies is going to be this coming Tuesday, where Huskies take on conference leading Chambersburg. They will be this coming Tuesday, and it's senior night. Come out and support our seniors at Capolia's. That's the only game next week. So after this tournament, it's a 1-game week, pretty light, and then we go back to a 3-game week. Central Dauphin, Cumberland Valley, and Mechanicsburg on the schedule, not in that order. Here's the 0-2. Chop the short. This could be 2. 6, 4, 3 in time for the double play. Textbook there from Shirey, Hartung, and Smith. So Raza comes up to the plate. Be 9-1-2 due up for the Huskies. Be Chris Stein, Strohecker. We were out one. Outside 1-0. That one hit left field. That one carrying. It's going to be one hopping off the wall. Raza's going to be on his horse to second. He'll hold at second. It's a double for Raza. So Chappell now comes up to the plate. Runner on second, 2 outs. High and in, ball 1. Conover was dealing with allergy problems here on the way. I believe it is eased up as he looks solid on the mound. 1 earned run. Missed, ball 2, 2-0. Pick off, nobody's back there. The 2-0. Tie 3-0. Berwick might need to come in just to get 1 out for the Huskies, because he would be closing this situation for the Huskies if we were to get there. Berwick's heading back to the dugout. 3-0's the count. Auto take mode Chappell is. Tie, it's a 4-pitch walk. First pitch. Takes outside. Ball one. One zero. Tie 2-0. Lepley's going to go out there and have a talk with his pitcher. Six straight balls thrown by Crownover. Something he just needs to wash away here and just throw 3 strikes, get out of the inning without allowing any more runs. Ball 3, 3-0. The bases get loaded. You have to expect Thad Gerlich to come into the game. There's a strike, 3-1 to count with 2 out the way. Here comes the 3-1. Swings through strike 2. Scoreboard is lit up. Payoff pitch. Runners will be off. It's inside. Ball 4. The bases are loaded. That'll be it for Crownover. Gerlich, I assume, was coming into the game, and he is. We're going to take a break. We're going to watch Gerlich warm up. When we return, we'll see if the Huskies can get out of this jam on MCTV Baseball. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Latrobe trying to add on some insurance.
First pitch from Gerwick. Take strike one on the outside part of the plate. Oh, 1, 2 outs. It's outside, 1-1 to count. Here comes the 1-1. Take strike two. Go with 1 strike away from getting out of the inning. Here comes the 1-2 from Gerwick. Sets, fires. Struck him out. Mifflin County needs 2 to tie. 3 to lead. 9-1-2 due up in the frame. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the Curve Invitational semifinals on MCTV Baseball. We have a pinch hitter, Austin McKnight, who's going to be hitting for the Huskies. He hit a triple, bases clearing triple in the first game. Led to him being the game-winning run. That was in the 6th. McKnight takes high. Tying run is on deck. There's ball 2. 2-0. Nobody out. Top of the 7th. Huskies down to their final 3 outs. McKnight fouls one back. Suppose this one's going to get to us. Here comes the 2-1 to McKnight. McKnight swings through strike 2. 2-2 the count. Top of the order due up after McKnight. Here comes the 2-2. Knight fouls it back. Hit the catcher's mask. Looks to be okay. We'll do the 2-2 once more. Here comes the 2-2 to McKnight. Swings through strike 3. Huskies are down to their final 2 outs. Strohecker and Weaver. Smith in the hole if we get there. He would be the tying run if there's 2 outs. If there's only 1 out, when we get to Smith, he would be the leading run. First pitch to Strohecker. Takes strike 1 on the outside part of the plate. 0-1. Sharkey usually swings at the first pitch after a strike. Does just that. Bloops one down the line. It'll be into the bullpen. 0-2 To count the Strohacker. Here comes the 0-2 to Strohacker. Strohacker toughly hit the second, throw over to first in time. Huskies down to their final out. Weaver represents the last life for the Huskies. Smith is on deck. High, ball one. Takes ball two, 2-0. Here comes the 2-0. Takes high 3-0. Weaver will be taking all the way here. The 3-0. Takes strike one. Takes ball four. Tying run comes up to the plate, the form of Jaden Smith. Mound visit there by Greater Latrobe. Weaver has some speed and Shiley is on deck. Nobody better for the Huskies than the man on deck with the run he's been on as of late. That one's high, 1-0 the count. One to Smith. High 2-0. He represents the tying run for the Huskies. The Huskies were able to tie this game up. You almost feel like they have so much momentum, be able to propel themselves to get back into and win this game. Smith rips one down the line. Foul. 2-1 the count to the senior, first baseman. Two one, 2 outs. Runner on first. That's high, 3-1. Three one, 2 outs. Weaver on first. If it's a strike, expect them to take off. Smith calls time right before the pitch. Takes high. Runner on first and second. Shirey on deck. Have a mound visit. Maybe a substitution. We'll see. We are going to have a pitching substitution. First and second, 2 outs. The Huskies down to their final out. No better guy on the plate than Carl Shirey. First pitch to Shirey. Take strike one on the outside part of the plate. Here comes the 0-1. Shirey swings through strike two. Huskies are down to their final strike. Juniata Valley awaits the winner. And Greater Latrobe is one strike away. Here comes the 0-2 to Shirey. Sets, fires, low and away. We'll have another. Takes outside. 2-2's the count. Shirey, what a take. In that situation, to take that? How does he... Incredible take by Shirey. Both teams are at 5 hits. 5-3, the Huskies trail. 2-2 count. Sets. Fires. Shirey pokes that one foul. We'll hang in there another pitch. Here comes the 2-2 to Shirey once more. Shirey fouled it off, did just enough to hang in there. Nobody in either dugout is sitting. Here comes the pitch. Shirey swings through strike three, and that is the game. Huskies lose once again to Greater Latrobe in the Curve Invitational by a 5-3 final score. We thank you all for watching MCTV Baseball. My name's Aiden Stevens. We hope you have a great rest of your weekend, and we will see you Tuesday afternoon when the Huskies take on Chambersburg on Senior Day. Be safe. Have a great weekend.